death toll from floods in South Africa has climbed to 395. There is an increasingly desperate search for survivors in the southeastern city of Durban. Roads and bridges were washed away by freak rainfall this week, and rescuers have battled to deliver supplies across the South African city. Damages are estimated to be in the hundreds of millions of euros. Let's cross now to Nadine Theron in Cape Town. What is the latest, Nadine?
So the latest is that emergency services are on standby and are placed on high alert as rain clouds have started to move in towards the land over the sea, towards land in KwaZulu-Natal, and a level 4 weather warning has been issued, which predicts disruptive rainfall expected from tonight to tomorrow that could lead to more flooding. So residents in low-lying areas have been warned to evacuate their homes and seek shelter in community halls and schools. 40,000 people, more than 40,000 people have so far been displaced. And rescuers say that they consider that the rescue operations are completed now because all they're finding now are bodies, and they're not really rescuing people anymore. They're just finding dead bodies turning up. And of course, the informal settlements have been affected the worst, the poorest of the poor communities. There's no water in many areas around the city. There's no electricity in many areas around the city. And now many fuel stations have also run out of petrol. So various ministers have visited the affected areas today, and the Minister of Human Settlement has actually urged the public and the private sector to come on board because she said that the government alone can't cope with this disaster.
How much of this unusual weather is being linked to climate change?
So there hasn't been any scientific study done yet to prove that this was 100% caused by man-made climate change, but the area has had worse and worse rainfalls over the past 10 years. We are in a La Nina year, so it is expected to have more rainfall and wetter conditions. But in 2019, the area already saw some flooding when there was flooding in Mozambique. We've also had flooding in the neighboring country of Malawi, as South Africa's east coast is very vulnerable to climate change. And the climate change just creates the perfect conditions for this La Nina phenomenon to be so much worse. And the rain that has fallen in Durban this week, over 24 hours, is the record amount ever recorded, and that's twice as much as was recorded a record amount in 2019. And the one thing that everyone is saying is that how the South African government wasn't prepared for this climate change. There's a lot of stuff they could have done, and infrastructure they could have built to protect their people from climate change. They knew this was coming. They've been doing studies and sending communications to the UN about the effect of climate change on South Africa. They could have built catchment areas for the water in higher areas. They could have educated people to stop building in low-lying areas, and they could have created storm drains away from the catchment areas. So they weren't prepared, and they should have known in 2019 that this could be expected. And scientists are warning that we'll see more of these disasters in future.
Nadine Theron reporting there from Cape Town. Thank you.